Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick, and today I'm joined by
Wil Dobratz,
Landon Browning,
and David Parker.
Welcome to the show, guys. It's January 14th, 2023.
2023.
Oh boy.
We are officially mid-January, and it feels like New Year's was yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like the months are already going by really fast, and it's scaring me.
Because the older you get, the faster time flies by.
Yeah. You are approaching death at a rapid pace. Congratulations.
Because you lose electrons the older you get.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What?
You don't know that? You don't pay attention to
That's why you get a more positive outlook on life. The older you get.
When you lose electrons, elements change, right? Like, that's how it works? Like, it's determined by the number of...
Would you say you're a different person than you were when you were like 13?
Yes.
Are we doing like Ship of Theseus kind of thing? Is that what we're doing right now?
Like, are you actually the same person? If a person lost their entire memory, are they like a different person?
No.
So let's say like a serial killer has like an accident in prison. They lose everything. They don't remember anything, and they're like a personality change and everything. Like, are they allowed to be freed? They're like, I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Depends on if you think what makes a human is tied to your memories or not.
We probably will reach a point where our memories can be like implanted into another body, and then you can just keep living.
I hope we never get to that point. That sounds terrible.
This is like Avatar.
Yeah. You guys ever watch Altered Carbon? It's kind of like that.
No.
That was a good show. At least the first season was.
Canceled.
It was canceled after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Guess it was not good.
I think it was actually just really expensive to make. I think was the main reason.
It was probably
Netflix,
expensive to
right?
make, and it's
Yeah.
Netflix. So Netflix likes to cancel everything that isn't like a top 3 show.
They're stupid. I'm if I was to trying to pitch a show, I probably wouldn't go to Netflix at this point.
Yeah, Netflix,
If I wanted more than one season.
No. You get 2 seasons, and if it doesn't catch on and it isn't like the biggest thing since sliced bread, you don't get another.
They're like, well, it's not quite Stranger Things, so bye.
Yeah, it's not quite like the most popular show on planet Earth, pretty much during its time at air. So bye.
I think if we made a show together, HBO is where I'd go.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have said yes about 6 months ago, but I don't know. There's something about HBO where I don't trust the new ownership, and I don't trust, they're starting to remove things that make me very unhappy, and they're starting to do things with HBO Max that make me very unhappy.
That's like they're streaming. I mean, I think they're still does that have is that tied to their production side though of making shows? That's like their streaming platform.
That is a good question, but I think the ownership has control over everything. Their production, they're literally everything. So it's I don't know. I wouldn't trust.
Where would you go? Amazon Prime?
Well, Will doesn't have Amazon
Yeah.
Prime, so he can't really go there.
Great question. Probably Peacock. No, just kidding.
Crackle.
No. I think it just would depend on the show I'm doing. I think if I was doing a limited series, I'd probably go to Hulu or HBO, because those two seem like they have high production values for the shorter, if it's intentionally a 1-season thing. I probably want Hulu or HBO. But now that I think about it, maybe HBO. I don't know. It's hard because I think all streaming services are starting to cancel stuff. It's starting to get a little unsustainable.
You could go to HBO and do a Last of Us show or something if you want.
Yeah, I could.
Is that an HBO? Is that an HBO proper show, or is that just HBO Max?
It's an HBO
proper.
original.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
HBO
not
proper.
it's not HBO Max original or whatever those are called.
Yeah, no,
I don't think so.
What's the difference?
There's Max originals, then there's HBO originals.
Well, stuff that's
A Max
HBO
original-
is
Actually
actually
airs on their
airing
cable.
on HBO.
I believe it's actually airing on HBO.
Oh, I didn't even know HBO was still going. I thought it just all moved over to HBO Max.
No, there's an HBO channel still for cable, right? Is that correct? You can buy an HBO package for cable. Yeah.
Don't know why anyone would do that.
Yeah.
but-
I would be the dumbest.
Stupid.
Yeah, this high quality programming, but I have to be home at this time. We can DVR it. Do people still
Probably.
Yeah,
I think
guarantee
my dad
there's,
still
people
DVRs
older than 50.
stuff. I'm
No
pretty
way.
sure he does.
Does he DVR in the boys' game Monday night? Watch
He DVRs football games because I'll talk to him on the phone sometimes and he'll be like, "Don't say anything. I haven't watched the game yet."
Dude, I don't understand people like that.
I don't understand either.
I love football, but as soon as the game, I'm not one of those people that's oh, I want to watch everything. If I know it's in the fourth quarter, I'll just start watching the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I don't need to know. I
exactly.
don't need to know any of that
You don't
stuff,
sound like a true football fan then, Landon.
It's not like a
willing to watch
story.
the whole game in one.
Right, where you need to understand what's going to happen before. Like you can tune in at any point and then like
And
look
they
at
can
the score and
recap
get a
it.
picture
Like, they can-
of what happened. Yeah,
You just look at the box score and be like, wow, the Colts blew a 33-point lead or whatever. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's really pathetic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You guys gonna watch The Last of Us tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna watch it right at 9 p.m. probably.
Yeah. I think it might go on at, I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern, so I think it's on the streaming service at 6, I think.
Dang.
Will's still going to stick to the 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the true premiere experience.
Yep.
Will doesn't
You know me.
understand time zones, so he's like,
Yeah.
No, the universal
I can
time
only
is
do 9
the only thing
Pacific.
I can come.
No other time zone
If
exists.
it's 9 in New York, it's 9 here.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I'm stoked. I haven't read any reviews. I've been trying to stay away, but I did hear like just that it's not like
Not
bad.
great.
No, that I've heard it's like it's not been negative.
I heard the reactions are very, very positive. That's what I've heard. But I haven't looked at like specific reviews, just things on Twitter, people saying like, oh,
This show's not old enough to start losing electrons, so I don't know what you're talking
stop.
about.
I was surprised.
I don't know
was surprised
what
that
you're
Neil.
talking about.
I was talking to Neil on the phone the other night. He didn't give me access to watch it early, which was surprising. But I was okay with it, so I can react live with you guys.
I'm gonna wait to see what GameSpot says about the show before I check it out.
I want to view IGN score. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the review and get the score and leave.
The show really makes you feel like Joel,
The swagger of a
a
middle-aged mercenary.
Is that a line
It should
from
be
an
good, though.
actual review or something?
Yeah. If you ever I think it's GameSpot's review of
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. There's a pretty cringy line in it.
Weird. GameSpot never has cringy reviews.
I think it was
You
GameSpot.
want
Too
to
much
say
water.
what
I'm
the
not
line
gonna say.
is?
I'm not gonna say the line. But it's cringy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
What's the line?
I'll say it. I'll say it.
Yeah.
It was like, feel the swagger of like a 15-year-old black
Teen or
teen or something. Puerto Rican black
Yeah.
teen or
So the
something.
game makes you feel like a
Yeah.
like,
And it's just like, you can, like, it just comes off in a way that isn't
like really try hard.
It's not
like,
genuine.
Yeah, it's like
if it was
really-
genuine, it wouldn't be so so cringy. But like the fact that it's not genuine is something that's like the biggest. I don't know.
I'd be interested to hear like his other reviews from other games he's done.
Yeah.
See if they're all cringy.
What do you say about Trevor from GTA 5?
You really
makes
feel
you
like an
feel like a
unhinged
psychopath.
trailer trash piece of garbage.
Makes you feel like you haven't showered in a month. It's amazing.
I love Trevor.
I don't want to hear like his description of Ellie.
Ellie makes you feel like
Yeah. But yeah, the show should be good.
yeah. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
9 episodes, 1 a week.
I'm very excited not only for season 1, but I do hope that it's successful enough to get season 2 and season 3 because I'm excited to see what they do with.
There's not really a story to tell though after the first season. I mean, it kind of ends there, right?
Yeah, right, Landon.
Hey.
They'd have to like invent new stuff.
Yeah,
My thing is, I think they've said that the second season would cover the second game, but the second game's so much longer than the first game.
I think-
I'm like,
yeah. I think yeah. I don't know.
and you clearly like you can't tell like in a television format, you can't do it how the game does, right? You can't have it where like the first 8 episodes are all like, let's say it was a 16 episode season. You can't have 8 episodes all about Ellie and then just
It would
cut
have
and
to
then-
jump back and forth.
Yeah, you couldn't do them.
in real time.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's why
I wonder if-
that's why the Lord of the Rings movies didn't go, okay, we're going to follow Sam, Frodo, and Gollum all the way up to this point, and then we're going to go all the way back, and we're going to tell this one all the way up to this one.
What's interesting is that then changes the way that like The Last of Us Part 2 is directed.
Yeah, it's going to
So-
change the way you get reveals and stuff. Like it's going to play different emotionally, like how you feel about characters.
Right, exactly. Because like almost the point to a for better or for worse, right, of The Last of Us Part 2 was that you spend your time building up these views of characters and then they all get torn down. And say what you want about the pacing or whatever, doesn't matter. That's the way that the game was intended to be. And then when you're transitioning that to TV, it almost feels like the entire like almost essence has to change, which is going to be interesting. I still think you can do stuff with that, but it's not going to be the same. And I'm wondering if it's going to be better or worse, or make us appreciate the game more, make us appreciate the show more. I don't know.
I feel like it has the opportunity to, because basically what you'd be doing is you'd be like you said, they're telling him simultaneously. It'd be interesting to get like beat for beat, like you care about Ellie. Oh, now you're caring about I forget Abby.
Yeah.
Abby. Like contrasting that like pretty close instead of going a whole thing with one and then a whole thing with the other. I wonder if that would work better.
Well, it's going to be hard because the game opens with a certain event, right?
Which film is that?
Oh, I don't want to spoil it in case people haven't seen the show yet. And so, and it really makes
I legitimately
you,
forgot where you're talking about the second one?
the second one, yeah.
When does that start?
Opens with like one of the very first, okay, spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2. Yes. Thank you, Landon, for doing something.
The drum solo.
Yes. Yeah. So, and that makes you like, that sets in stone how you feel for at least a while. So following that character immediately after that event happens is going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
What if they do it in real time? And so we get flashbacks in the second game. What if we get that in real time and then like the end of the second season is that?
Oh,
The third season is then boom.
I just don't know if there's,
I guess, like,
I don't know if there's enough for the end. Like, I don't know if there's enough there for the whole season.
You would also definitely change the perspective of like, because they withhold information from you in the second game where like, you're like thinking that like, full spoiler. I'm just going to,
yeah, let's just do full spoilers.
like,
Let's dance around it.
you spend like most of the second game thinking that like Ellie and Joel like ended things on like really, really bad terms when like you get revealed at the end that they were like starting to mend.
Mm-hmm.
So if you played all those flashback scenes as like the second season instead of, you know what I mean, kind of cram that in, maybe found some filler to create some other stories for like a second season before leading into the like the bloodshed and everything in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
I might not have the same effect.
I think that's actually a really good point because I think one of the most one of the best things that game does is that last flashback with Joel and Ellie. So that scene is really powerful, and it's really, say what you want about Ellie if it makes sense in the moment, whether she'd remember like whatever. It's one thing that the game does really well is it withholds that information and then it presents it at the perfect time. So it's going to be interesting if they do present that information before Joel's death, how that's going to affect, because I think it's actually going to make what happens after Joel's death less interesting.
I don't know. I think it could work still as like you see it initially and then they call back to it. I think that still works in movies.
I guess so, but like when
Gandalf is talking to Frodo about like, you know, all you have to do is decide what to do with the time that's giving to you, and then it calls back to that, like stuff like that. I think can work. It just is a different reveal than what you get in the game.
I guess the difference between Frodo and Gandalf and Last of Us Part 2 is that Frodo and Gandalf is the character is telling something just to someone as a general moral or message, right?
Sure.
Last of Us Part 2, that's actually a very big plot point in that Joel and Ellie were trying to mend, and it uses it as a plot point, right? It's why
it kind of
Ellie was so angry.
It kind of uses it as a plot point in Lord of the Rings too, because that is like the deciding factor of Frodo to keep going and go on by himself. It's not exactly the same. I'm just saying like it's a general kind of example of like,
I'm just saying
it can work. It just will be different than the game if they do that. I mean, this is all.
Probably get a pretty good feel of like what they'll do with the second game once we see how they do the first game, because it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be different.
It's going to be significantly different, I think.
And yeah, they're adding a lot.
Yeah, because
it's not in the games.
Because it's 9 episodes, so 9. I'm guessing that each episode's like probably over an hour. Would be my guess, around an hour long, if not over.
I think
the game takes the game's like a 9-hour game, right? 10-hour game.
Yeah. The first episode I think is 80 minutes. The second is 50, and the third is 80. So it goes 80, 50, 80.
Okay. So the game's 10 hours, but like probably at least half of that, if not more, is you just running around killing, you know what I mean? Like gameplay. Yeah. So they're going to have 9 hours worth of essentially storytelling. So
yeah. And then you add more stuff into that too. Mm-hmm. And then like there's a couple hours that are just walking around doing puzzles too.
Yeah.
Like
I can't swim.
Dang. Get on the raft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
I think we're gonna watch each episode each week and then talk about it on the podcast. So
that's only for our premier Patreon.
Subscribe for $35. Oh,
yep, $100. Yeah,
100. We raised the price.
It's really not that much money, guys. Come on.
I mean,
we need the money.
Yeah,
keep the lights on. So stop being greedy and give us money.
In fact, we're starving ourselves after.
Yeah, we're not going to go to lunch after this.
We're not going to lunch like we do every week.
We do this for everybody. We do this for our loyal viewers, listeners.
Our 3 loyal listeners.
Dave, you've been kind of quiet. What's going on with you? You moved into your new place?
Oh yeah. I mean, last week, I was in our place, but we didn't have any of our stuff. And now we have our goods were delivered. So I actually just set up my desk and computer like right before we started recording. So
nice.
So we've just been busy unpacking and moving stuff around and stuff. So I've been tired the last couple of days because it's just been like kind of nonstop, just working around the house. But
I expected you to set up your stuff in like the exact same configuration of your last place. So like the door that's behind you, it should be like to the left more.
Yeah, sorry. And, so next week I'll have my desk over there then, and then I'll make sure to have the same pictures.
Can you have the Red Dead? Can you have the Red Dead poster up, please, and the GTA poster?
Oh, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that for you guys.
Thank you. Please.
But yeah, you have a house on base, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're moved on, and now we're just doing final unpacking stuff. We got our washer and dryer yesterday, so that was cool. Now we can clean our soiled linens and things.
Dude, what's with your
that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
What?
What kind of washer and dryer did you get?
Whatever the ones that were at the thrift store that we bought.
Oh, dude, you bought a thrift yeah.
There's probably like cocaine stuffed in there.
Yeah, I didn't replace my washer and dryer in my house, and I wish I did. Like, I go down there, and I'm like, God, like everything else in the house was gross when I bought it, but I kept those for some reason. Like, mostly because I didn't want to have to carry a new washer and dryer down the stairs. But they're probably really disgusting. So gross. Just like,
you guys didn't want to like hand wash everything? Do like the washboard like?
Nah. I mean, I thought about it.
Come on, man.
And then I was like, there's technology for that.
Half a second.
Cool. Do you have a fridge?
We do have a fridge.
Do you have a dishwasher?
We do have a dishwasher. After when we're done recording, I can give you guys a tour if you guys want.
Do you have a microwave?
I do have a microwave, yes.
Do you have a stove?
Will looks so bored.
I'm sorry. I just can't.
Tell us about your appliances, Dave. What other ones did you?
Is it a fridge freezer with an ice maker? Is there an ice maker?
Do you have water that comes out of it?
There's no ice maker.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry.
We got one of those Brita things that Landon has though. So
those are dope.
You should get a Colgan one. I mean, those are
okay.
High tier.
Boo.
Sorry, I had to say that.
They signed my paycheck,
I'm under contract,
so I have to say that. Yeah.
This is sponsored by Colgan.
We saw a bobcat yesterday in our neighborhood.
Ooh.
It
Did you say hi to it?
No. It walked across the street.
It's a bobcat.
Really slowly.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it was kind of scary at first, but it looked so lethargic, so
What did it sound like?
it didn't make any sound. It just like slowly walked across the street and then it jumped on the back of someone's fence, and then I think it went to bed. So
It was tired. It was
Yep.
a sleepy cat.
long day of
Those things are
hunting
terrifying.
ground squirrels and crows and stuff.
Humans. Gosh.
I feel like being like a
people's
wild,
small
like being a
dogs.
cat would be so fun. Like
A cow?
no, a cat. Like,
Oh, okay.
like being like a bobcat or something, like, or even like an outside cat. Like you die super fast, but like it'd be so fun. Like it's like you just don't do it. Like you just roam around, like sleep and like kill small creatures and just like like the life. Like it's simple. Like you just eat, you eat mice. Like. And you like walk around, you get petted by random people, and then you like climb trees, and then you sleep. And
Man, I like
Until
being,
like some
I like being a
psychopath decides to
human.
kill you for fun.
Or runs you over with their car.
Yeah,
like, but
or
it's
you
like-
cross the street the wrong time, or like how about you die by some bigger animal in the
If I was going to be any animal, I'd probably choose like an eagle, because one, those are protected, and two, like
They can fly.
they really don't have any animals that kill them.
Yeah, they're the kings of the sky.
Yeah, so I think that's the smart choice.
yeah,
Plus, they're wise.
dude.
That's why Ravenclaw has them as.
Stop, please stop. Please stop.
Now you might think that their mascot is a raven, but actually it refers to the raven claws of an eagle. Something the movies got wrong.
Oh my goodness.
There's like 3 or 4 weeks.
But Hogwarts Legacy got it right.
So can we like wait
I'm
until
so
then?
excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I think
I'm gonna run around the castle.
I'm
Okay.
gonna feel really bad for Michael when the game sucks.
Like I'm pretty sure the game's not going to be great.
It's gonna be like the
I've
Fallout
just-
76 of wizarding games.
I have hope.
Is there gonna? Well, Simon Pegg plays the headmaster, so it can't be bad.
Exactly.
That's a game that I am convinced is not going to be good.
Really? I don't know. I think it can be if it takes enough from other good games. I think it might be halfway decent.
I think like it's probably going to get like 6s and 7s. That's probably my guess.
They have been doing a good job at like not really hiding anything. Like they just released their specs on like how to run it or like what hardware is good to run it. So stuff like that. I don't know.
A microwave.
Just gives me hope.
Thrift store washer and dryer. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave couldn't run it.
Does it have like dialogue options like Mass Effect where you get to choose whether you can be nice?
Every
to this
option,
person or
there's
rude?
4 options, and it's just Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Slytherin. Or
Oh my god.
What would a
Ravenclaw.
Hufflepuff say?
I just hope that there's consequences to your actions.
It sounds like there's multiple ways the story can end,
yeah.
is what they've been saying.
Okay, that's good.
But there's no Patronus. There's no Quidditch.
No Quidditch?
No Quidditch.
What?
Yeah.
The fact,
Dude,
like,
how did they not put Quidditch in the game?
until you pay for the Quidditch DLC.
$25.99.
Yeah.
The fact that they don't have Quidditch in the game is like a huge oversight, though. Like, imagine being able to, like, as you go throughout the year, you can play Quidditch optionally, and you have like this almost mini game where throughout, because it goes through a year of the game, right?
Yes.
Imagine you like
What was that
fighting
answer?
for the,
Like,
Do you not
I
know,
don't.
or is
I
it
don't
some
really know.
spoiler,
I don't really
or-
know. No, they haven't really said like how
Oh,
long the
interesting.
game goes. But people have
Oh.
speculated that it is going to be just 1 year, and other people are like, "No, you're going to go to the end of your schooling," which I don't think so. I think it'll be a year.
they got to set up the sequel.
yeah. I wonder how much it's going to borrow from Persona.
Persona.
I've heard people
Yeah.
compare it to
If
that.
it was like-
same with Bully.
I was gonna say if it was just like a straight, essentially mashup of Bully and Persona, but like in the Hogwarts universe, I think it could be like a really cool game. I think the problem is,
Yes.
I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like it's probably not going to deliver on that front, at least for how I
What
would
have you seen?
consider.
Who have you heard? Who are you talking to? What have you heard that I haven't?
Well, I talked to Neil, and
Neil Young.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Landon was name dropping.
And it's getting old.
Neil Druckmann earlier.
Neil Druckmann. Yeah.
Yeah, like a loser.
Not Neil Young.
And he won't even defend himself, man. Landon is so stupid. Yeah, that's what I thought, Landon.
How she's not even like defending himself.
No, he's not.
He's
No.
just a defeated little boy.
Defeated husk of a
He's
shell
just
of a
sitting
man.
there, eyes down, glazed over, not talking.
Landon, if
He also
Now's your
he also
chance.
smells bad.
yeah. Now's your chance to defend yourself. And we will let you defend yourself. So ready, go.
You could say anything to us, and we'll accept it as
Yep.
truth.
You
Ready?
can say
go.
how you truly feel about us in the next 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Landon's just
Yeah, that's what I thought.
sucks.
Yeah,
But
I guess so.
so this game comes out what in like a month?
Landon, no, shut up. Oh yeah, what were you saying?
This game comes out in what, like a month?
Yes.
Yeah, less than a month.
Dang.
February 10th?
February 7th for me.
Oh, get that pre-order.
Yeah, you got the
Early pre-order, baby.
The deluxe edition where you
go.
get access 3 days early,
Yeah,
extra XP, and a couple bonus skill points.
as long as the game ships on time.
Yeah, that's
I am more excited for Atomic Heart. That's the game I'm excited for.
We're not done talking about
That's gonna
Hogwarts
suck.
Legacy.
Okay. Keep talking about Hogwarts Legacy then.
both of those
I
games are
really
probably
like-
gonna suck.
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
It's just with Atomic Heart, it's been under production too long. I think it's just there's no way a game in production that long can turn out amazing. Like it could be decent, but not amazing. I don't
What
think.
is?
Yeah.
That's
what
my
is
bold
this?
prediction.
Oh, Atomic Heart.
Yeah.
I
heard Atomic
googled
Cart.
Atomic Heart, like a kart racing game.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No, it's basically looks like it's supposed to be kind of like a Russian developed like BioShock game, like
Oh,
first
interesting.
person shooter, but like you have power. Like it looks kind of like a more frantic. It's like some
BioShock
I've watched
plus
some of the
Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I don't know. I like BioShock a lot because of its setting and its interesting themes.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Atomic Heart can, if it's the gameplay they're trying to,
It's some like
copy,
alternate, like
not gonna be
I
interesting.
think it's some alternate World War II stuff, kind of like where the Russians like I think they never made the pact with Germany, like to be like allies for a little bit. They just like invaded and crushed them in like what's like World War One ended in like 1941. Like the Russians just like destroyed Germany, like
Oh,
and then it's like
so
a robot thing.
it's Russian propaganda.
It might be. Well, it's a Russian studio that made it, but then I think the team relocated to I can't remember. They relocated out of Russia because they were not going to be able to sell the game anywhere, because everywhere's got like embargoes against Russia right now. So they moved out of Russia so they could. Because Russia, not very nice right now. Actually, they haven't been nice in a long time.
Should be out right now.
When's the last time Russia was nice? Like
Mick Gordon is the composer of Atomic Heart.
Are you saying Mick Gordon is, or is that the person's name?
Mick
Isn't
Gordon.
that a famous chef? Gordon?
No, Mick
Gordon Ramsay.
Mick Gordon is the composer of the Doom games.
Because it sounds like you're saying.
Oh, it kind of gave Doom vibes from like the.
It sounds like you're saying Dave Gordon is the, like, is his name Gordon?
Gordon Ramsay.
Mick Gordon. Are you saying
Michael
Mick,
Gordon?
Gordon?
That's what it sounds like you're saying. Mick Gordon is the.
No, I'm saying Mick Gordon.
Your comma.
Yeah, it looks fun. I don't know if it'd be good or not, but like the trailers I've watched, the art style seems different too. Like it seems like
Hogwarts Legacy or
no Atomic Heart. Like, it looks like different like art style than I've seen. Like a lot of things. Like it just looks unique.
Unique is cool.
Yeah. Are you gonna buy Hogwarts Legacy or Atomic Heart?
I'm like in the middle of. I'm pretty much smack dab in the middle of Mass Effect 2 right now, so I'm probably gonna go straight into Mass Effect 3 afterwards. So we'll see how long it takes me to finish both of them. So yeah.
I will be playing the next God of War because I got it from the library here on base.
Dude, are you? Oh my god, I can't, dude. I you know what, man? I literally can't. Like, you're so cheap. You're like, now that I've got my free housing, like, what else can I get for free? Like, it's like, Dave's like, yeah, we stole this the washer and dryer from the garbage can. Like this dumpster outside.
I don't know if I want you to play God of War Ragnarok anymore. Like, I was really excited at first, but now you're like, I got it for free from the library. And I'm like, dude, come on, man.
I mean,
that actually is pretty.
If you could get, but like, I wasn't looking for the game. I was at the library and I saw it, and I was like, "There's no way that this is available." And she was like, "Yeah, it's here." And I was like, oh, "Okay, I guess I'll check this out."
That actually is really cool. Like, as much as I like giving you crap, like that actually is pretty cool. That like a fairly new game is in the library.
I was probably gonna buy it at some point anyway. So like, all it does is just save me some money. But like, it's I'm excited to.
What about the developers and their hard-earned?
Yeah, why did you support the developers, Dave?
I mean, the library supported the developers.
No,
dude.
No,
dude. I was thinking.
I mean, the U.S. government.
I've been thinking about playing through the first God of War, trying to restart.
Oh, again for that. I actually don't think I want Landon to play.
No, I don't.
You Kratos sucks. You like
the gameplay is just so boring.
Yeah,
you would play Hogwarts Legacy before you played God of War.
I know. I was thinking so I beat the Modern Warfare 2 remake campaign or reboot or whatever.
Best campaign of all time.
Really was. I was crying. as the credits rolled because I was so glad that it was finally over. Like, it was okay. The campaign was okay, but like I'm like, I need a new game to play, and I was thinking about either playing Mass Effect or God of War.
Both good options.
Because I need to play it so I can like
shut up about it.
Yeah, like
yeah, I think it's like if you're a true Sony fan, like you played both God of Wars, like it really is not debatable.
Yeah,
or at least planning on playing God of War Ragnarok. So
yeah, I've heard they're both great.
Oh, from
I
who?
still can't over the fact.
Three of your closest friends.
That you said Kratos sucks as a character.
I mean, dude, he's kind of lame, bro. Like from what I've seen so far, like I play the opening game,
like,
he breaks his poor man's neck and throws him off a cliff in the first like hour of the game. And I'm like, oh,
yeah, that's boring and bad storytelling.
He murders him.
Do you mean Baldur?
He just wanted to come say hi. And he just wanted to come say hi. And killed him.
Gosh.
Was Landon not paying attention?
Yeah, he was on his phone the whole time.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Will's so bad at me. Like,
Will, I don't think Landon's kidding.
So maybe I'll give it a shot.
I don't know how you could get to like what's his name, Yormander.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop playing this game.
Who's Yormandor?
He's the giant, the serpent.
Oh yeah, I got to him.
The world serpent.
The world serpent.
He was like,
yeah.
I just gotta be in the right mood for it. Maybe I'm in the right mood now. Maybe I'm settled. I'm ready to play a game like
I'm
that,
doubling down. I don't want Landon to play it.
Yeah, no.
All right, this is motivating me to play it now.
I think when Landon gets to when Landon gets to Mimir.
Whoa, spoilers.
When Landon gets to Mimir, I think Landon will catch on and really like it.
I'm gonna start over.
Mimir is great.
And it's gonna be tough because each time I start over, I can remember stuff, and it's harder to get through that first chunk of the game. But
Why don't you just power through?
but start over or just
Start over and power through.
yeah, maybe I'll do that.
I don't even know why you need to power through. Like,
It's a fun. I'm
talking about like quote end quote power through, and the fact that like it's going to happen.
I know
next 15
Landon
minutes,
needs to.
play it
I know
anyway.
Landon thinks he needs to do that. I don't know why.
Dude,
Yeah.
As like a
I'm with
rational
you.
person,
I'm
you
with
would need to do that.
I'm with you.
hey, maybe I'll
with you.
maybe I'll prove everybody wrong. Maybe I'll play it and I'll love it. We don't know. We don't know. Who can say what'll happen? Who will say if
Will,
someone-
myself, and Dave can say what happens. Can we
I
play the whole
guarantee you.
thing?
I guarantee you drop it before you get to Mimir. I
Hey, I'm
guarantee you.
very busy. I'm a very busy boy. Dude, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Where's all my time? Watches 2 episodes of TV a night.
It is something I started watching because I finished Andor. Great show. Great show. I always knew it would be good too. I always just knew. Like
You're like really pissing me off. This episode. It's really getting under my skin.
This
We're
episode.
definitely not going to go get breakfast after this.
okay,
Yeah,
so
well, yeah. Where's Will and Mick
We're
gonna
going to
go after
Buffalo
this?
Wild Wings for the third week in a row.
Yes, we are. We're going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
And you're buying.
It did take me like I think 4 or 5 episodes to buy in.
I see. I don't get.
But in
like, I don't
hindsight,
even
I don't
get
know
that.
if I don't know if that's the show's fault or if it was like it took that many episodes for like the scales of like betrayal from Star Wars over the years to like fall off my eyes, like because Star Wars done me dirty. So
the scales of betrayal in your eyes. A true poet over here.
Landon's
But-
gonna write Andor season 2.
dude, I'll write it, dude.
Oh,
Bring me-
that show's so good.
Bring me into the writers' room.
It doesn't need your taint. Like,
You're what?
Get
Oh, boy.
Landon's taint out of
like
here.
your stench.
So you did like it though?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It feels messed up, but like most of my favorite characters are like the Imperial. Like
The chick.
yeah, her and like the people she's working with, and then like
the simp Cyril.
Cyril. Like I liked his character a lot too. Like
Do you even?
he's like so like
That's a creepy guy.
yeah, he's creepy, but like I don't know. I feel like it goes a lot of like different directions that like Star Wars hasn't explored as much. A lot of the places they go are cool. Yeah, it was just really good. I'm excited like for season 2, and it makes me like I'm like this is really good Star Wars. And I'm just gonna say it though, so this makes me mad that like I wish the new trilogy didn't exist. That's like, and it has nothing to do with like that show, but like just when I think about Star Wars as a whole, I'm like I just wish that trilogy didn't exist. Like
Because you know where it's going forward.
yeah, like I
from
know,
this.
like it's like the same like Mandalorian would be way cooler. Like that show's really cool, but like it'd be so much better
If we didn't know Luke.
if we didn't know like everything that happened. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. If we didn't know that the fact that Luke's order was going to crumble and we don't even see anything about it. Like,
Yeah.
I think the last time I watched through the Star Wars movies, I stopped at 6.
Yeah.
Even though I like 7,
But you know where that's going. Like
it just says
it's
like,
all
what's
like
the point?
yeah.
Which is so it's so stupid.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just
I'm surprised you didn't stop at The Last Jedi.
I've only seen that movie. I saw the movie twice. I watched it in theaters.
Last
twice.
Jedi?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it twice in theaters.
Dave's so mad.
What we're talking about this?
Yeah.
It's been a few episodes.
Hey, well, we can talk about another thing that was destroyed that I loved.
Or we can talk a little bit more about Star Wars.
Yeah. Like, I prefer to talk more about The Last Jedi.
Andor, great.
Yeah, Andor great. The new Jedi Survivor
Oh yeah,
video game.
and
That's-
new Mandalorian. Like, we're getting 2 new Star Wars stuff like in the span of a month.
Yeah.
Mandalorian comes out March 1st, I think.
Uh,
And then Jedi Survivor is March 10th or something.
I'll
like
buy that game when it comes out. I think.
That's the new Cal Kestis game.
Yes.
BD Stim.
Except in this one, he's gonna be like BD Stim.
Yeah, he's got a scar on his face.
Yeah,
he's got a beard now.
He's got like the hobo beard.
yeah. That game will be fun if they just make like if it's a little like Dave said, if they just refine like for being like the first entry in like a new franchise.
Yeah.
It's really solid.
Yeah.
So I feel like this game will just be even.
Yeah, they really just have to polish like the map
Oh, the map. Oh my god.
and like get better fast travel.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that,
thought the
Dave's like,
fast
it needs to
travel
be
was
harder.
fine.
It needs to be harder, said Dave. He's like, it needs to be more Dark Souls. More Dark Souls.
I also thought the fast travel was fine. The navigation is a little rough though. But I mean, it's borrowing from FromSoft games, which I think the navigation is a little rough in the ones I played besides Elden Ring. So
See, I was going like, thank goodness there's a map. Like, Because other than that,
I would
like,
just hate when it's like I had like 3% more of the map to explore.
Oh,
like a
yeah.
trophy or something. Be like, I'm like, where?
like I've watched,
Where? Like,
I've walked over
I'll,
every
see, it's
freaking square inch of this
it's
planet.
it's and then I'm like, okay, maybe it's right here, and then you slide down like an unreversible slide to like another portion of the map. You're like, well, now I'm here. Like, and I like backtrack for like 20 minutes. Like,
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like when you do that, and there's like no other way than just walking.
yeah,
20 minutes.
I think they're going to make it so that you can jump. Like if you're at a force point or whatever, a meditation point, you can jump to any other meditation point on the map. Like I think that they're going to do that.
That's one of the cool
I'd be
things
very
about.
confident.
I think Hogwarts Legacy is going to do really well. They have a bunch of like Flu Network stuff where you can fast travel to a bunch of different places. Because I guess the map is like giant.
ooh,
So
It's interesting in a game about Hogwarts.
I think-
it's like Hogwarts is such a small part of the map. It's really going to be interesting.
I think Mick has a game in the episode. He's like, every game we talk about today, how can I tie Hogwarts Legacy
Hogwarts.
into it? He's
We're
like,
talking
he's
about
like-
video
He's
games.
like, I can do it.
and we were talking about fast travel, and we were just talking.
No,
about
it's a good mental. It's
Shut
like
up,
it's like a
Dave.
good mental exercise.
Like, how can I connect to Hogwarts Legacy?
I mean, I could just keep on talking about it. That's how I'll bring it up.
Yeah, but I'm excited to the changes they make to Jedi Survivor.
My wand is Rowanwood. Phoenix core.
dude,
12 and 3/4 inches.
dude,
My Patronus, White Mare.
dude. Like your Harry Potter like obsession, like it's like a little it's a little much.
Are you guys going to
I'm going to say something really controversial. Harry Potter isn't even like it's a really good world building, but it's not the best like world building out there.
No lunch for Will. It's like I'm going to beat ups by myself.
Are you guys going to like take the quiz online and then move it over to the
no.
Well, because
Is it tied to the game?
It ties to the game.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Or you could
to
just
take the Harry Potter.
I'm guarantee you can take the quiz in the game, right?
there's no quiz in the game. You just choose your house, or you can tie it in with the like the Pottermore Wizarding World thing.
I'm just gonna
I don't know.
I'm just gonna play the game how it was intended, how God intended.
It's a Slytherin.
I do want to kind of choose Slytherin, but also I don't want to be a bad boy yet.
Oh my god! Will's sitting in his room by himself playing Hogwarts
bad
Legacy.
boy.
I'm such a bad boy.
Just because you're
Yeah,
in Slytherin
Will
doesn't make
can't
you
be a
bad boy.
Slytherin based off of the things he's saying right now.
Yeah.
This is some real Hufflepuff energy.
Hufflepuff vibe.
I feel like all three of you are kind of Slytherin-y.
What? Me?
Yeah,
Why?
because you're a bad boy.
Oh yeah.
Just set yourself. No, I'd say you're more Ravenclaw. Well,
Yeah.
Dave's definitely Slytherin.
We've talked about this on the show so many times, but no, I am not.
Dude, you are evil.
What would you say you are,
You
Dave?
saying no, it just solidifies your Slytherin.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dave's like, I know what I am, so so we're all clear on that.
Get your dirty blood away from me.
What would you say you are?
I don't know. Probably a Hufflepuff.
No.
No, there's no
If
way.
I'm a Hufflepuff, you're definitely not a Hufflepuff.
Then probably a Ravenclaw.
If I'm a Ravenclaw, you're definitely not a Ravenclaw.
What's wrong? Why don't you want to be Slytherin?
I like purple more than green.
That's it.
Whose house is purple?
That's it. Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw's not purple.
I like blue better than
Ravenclaw's
green.
blue and bronze.
I like blue and bronze better than green and silver.
Don't you like yellow the best?
I like yellow.
Hufflepuff is yellow.
How are we back to? He
talk
does
about-
this
we
to
talk
us
about-
now. It's like
Hey, we're gonna talk. I started watching.
Dumbledore's favorite color is
I started watching House of Dragons.
Dun, dun,
The
dun,
House of
dun,
Dragons.
dun,
The House of Dragon.
Whatever.
Not House of Dragon.
How to Train Your House of the Dragon.
The prequel Game of Thrones show takes place 172 years, I believe, before Daenerys Targaryen's born.
So
Is it
none,
good?
so there's no recognizable characters.
Nope, there's names that you've heard before, like in passing. Like,
Aegon the
dragon.
Terrible and
yeah, like all these names and stuff. But I don't remember a ton of like that stuff because it's so far back. Like it's not quite.
And this is all original, right? None of it's like George
no,
R. R.
it's,
Martin.
No, it's George R. R. Martin. Like it's based on some of the history stuff that he's written. Like because he has I think he has a book either called House of Dragon or something like it. Like this is all like stuff that's like canon from like that's already existed. I believe. I think a
So
lot
is that
of
why
it's still based
people are
off the
saying
books.
it's good?
I think
Because
so.
it's still based off of his stuff.
So it's really weird. So Game of Thrones ended terribly, like the TV show, like
Yeah.
horrible, like enough that like I don't even really like think about the show that much, like in fond terms because of how bad it ended. But I wanted to give it a shot because I heard it was good, the prequel, and I like some of the actors that are involved, like Matt Smith's in it, and it's Patty Constantine or something. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Patty Constantine.
You would probably recognize. You would recognize him if you.
Oh, is he in Hot Fuzz?
Yes.
Yes,
he's in Hot Fuzz and the end of the
Mr. Mustache.
Yeah, or the World's End.
He's also in Bourne Ultimatum.
Yeah, he's a pretty recognizable
British actor.
Yeah. He's in another guy's in it. Is it Reese Ivan or something? I think he's like I want to say he's like Russian or something. You would probably recognize.
It sounds like Russian.
And it's basically just takes place like the Targaryens are ruling, but like the plot is Patty Constantine's character is the king, and he has no clear heir to the throne. And he was also made king by someone, like his uncle was the king before and had no sons and made him the king, I guess, his heir, like his brother or whatever. Something that was like some like conflicted thing. So it's like the plot is like him trying to find an heir. He has a daughter. It's just more political intrigue and dragons and stuff. But it's weird to watch because the theme music is the exact same as Game of Thrones.
Peter Dinklage,
yeah.
Peter Dinklage,
which I'm like,
Peter
it's a great song, but I'm like, if you're trying to like be your own show, like it's weird starting every episode with that. And I'm like, well, now I just think of Game of Thrones while I'm watching it. And the pacing is like completely different than Game of Thrones. Like I felt like Game of Thrones did not, especially in like the good seasons, had not very much like time jumps or anything, unless I'm remembering correctly. Dave, you can correct me. I felt like it was very much.
I mean, there was
like
no
in the moment.
time jumps really at all, and
and I'm fine with time jumps, but like they seem weird. Like so, I watched light spoilers, but like at the end of episode 2, there's like a reveal, like the guy, like the king announces like he's gonna like remarry, and then the next episode is 2 years later, and he's married to this person, this other character, and they're like they have a kid. And there's no like, and it was like you could totally had like, it wasn't like it was insignificant who he was marrying or anything. Like there was totally like you could have had like multiple episodes like building like tension among this like reveal, but they just jumped.
This was the first episode?
No, after the second episode.
How many episodes have you seen so far?
I've seen 3.
Okay. And
it is good, but it's the pacing's just super weird. Like it seems like they're like, I feel like I'm 3 episodes in, and if it was at the pacing of Game of Thrones, like the amount of like story they covered in 3 episodes felt like it probably could have been an entire season, if that makes sense. Like, so it feels like it's just moving at a super rapid pace. I'm like, I don't know how much time they're trying to cover in this show. Like, if there's supposed to be like 4 or 5 seasons, I don't know if they're trying to cover 40 years. You know what I mean? Like Game of Thrones, the show only covers probably like 7 or 8 years, probably the entire show.
Something
would
like
be my
that.
guess. And this show's already covered. I mean, just some of it's like the main characters already covered like 3 or 4 years probably in its first few episodes.
Well, that's interesting because I know that, speaking of Andor, the second season is going to be doing a lot of that, a lot of time jump.
Oh, okay.
So,
like in between episodes or just from season 1 to season 2?
like probably from season 1 to season 2, but I think like each 2 episodes, like there will be like a year jump or something.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. But yeah, that'll be interesting.
People don't know this actually, but between the 7th and 8th Harry Potter movie, there's actually no time jump at all. It actually just goes straight.
man.
Why are you bringing up Harry Potter?
Yeah, why are you bringing up
We're trying to talk about House of Dragon, Dave. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Landon, I apologize for Dave. Please continue.
Sorry, I'm just a huge
I would-
Hufflepuff, you know.
So I think Dave should watch House of Dragon so he can like see if he likes it.
I think I'll. I mean, I like Matt Smith too, so I think
Matt Smith's great in it so far. He's like a crazy Targaryen. Like he's like one of like the mad ones. Like
Question, Landon.
yeah.
So would you recommend House of Dragon for somebody like me who hasn't seen Game of Thrones, knows some of the plot points, like roughly, but hasn't seen, like doesn't know anything about House of the Dragon?
Yeah, I mean it's a good fantasy show. I would say watch Game of Thrones first though, would be my thought.
Okay, I'll start at season 6.
No. Like Game of Thrones, I still think Game of Thrones is worth watching because like the early seasons are so good.
watch
Like,
1 through
so-
4
so-
of Game of Thrones, and then realize that it just goes downhill from there, and
Yeah.
watch something else instead of seasons
Yeah.
5 through 8.
See, the thing is though, you'll never stop till you get to season 4 and you'll be like, it's so good. Like I don't believe it. It'll probably still be good and you'll keep watching it and then like you'll slowly like like the drop off is slow at first.
It'd be
enough
like,
that,
why
it keeps
didn't I listen to-
Like, yeah.
And then season 8 happens, right?
Season 8 is like
A dive bomb in quality.
is it David and whatever Weinoff or whatever their names, like
Yeah.
they should be in prison for what they did.
question about, because Game of Thrones is not in a good state right now, right?
The books or the show or
in general, where the books, like, he says he's making progress.
he's
with his
not,
book.
dude. He's like, he realizes, like, my guess is like the writers, like the people that made the show, like did probably exactly what he told them that he was going to do. And then like people hated it. And he's like, oh crap. Like, he's like, yeah, it'd be different in my books. That's not what I,
Because he did make a
I'm
press
almost done.
release that was like, oh, things will end differently in my book.
Yeah.
Was that after the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was
Lambs
actually
to the slaughter.
months ago, like 6 months ago, that he made that press release. So
I would assume ghostwriters will like he'll probably pass away and like someone else will finish it for him.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Brandon Sanderson
supposed-
comes in and releases like
stop.
like a G-rated
You can't have that. I'd be
more than
be
Game of
like,
Thrones.
no.
Brandon Sanderson is actually a fantastic author. It's just that George R. R. Martin he writes about the stuff Brandon Sanderson doesn't. I'll just put
Like
it
what?
that way. Like sex.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I really like Brandon Sanderson. He has some fantastic writing, but
I'm gonna say, like the sexual content in the show and like the books is over the top for Game of Thrones, but I think it's more uncomfortable in the books. Like reading sexual content is way more uncomfortable than watching it, in my opinion. Like it's way weirder. Like it makes me more uncomfortable.
Clearly, you didn't grow up reading erotic. Those.
I did not grow up reading erotic novels.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's not part of my childhood.
as somebody who's read erotic novels, no, I'm just kidding.
as someone who's written a lot of erotic novels,
Erotic fan fiction. Mick's Harry Potter fan fiction that he's both written and contributed.
Will's like, I'm more of a persona
Only for
kinda guy.
Hufflepuffs, though.
Persona.
Fiction. Oh boy, because there's not enough.
Hufflepuff
of that.
love is pure love.
On that note,
Okay.
Trying to think if I've watched anything else. I started watching The White Lotus
On HBO.
on HBO. That show, like, I don't get like, like people talk about like The Office, like the cringe is too much for them. Like this show is like on another level. Like it makes me like really uncomfortable. Like a lot of the dialogue, like it's so cringy.
Like what examples?
So it's like the show's like about like a bunch of rich people going to like this like resort in Hawaii, and I feel like the point of the show is to like critique like the wealthy and privileged. And I think it's funny, but like some of the writing is like a little on the nose, like which is just can be really uncomfortable. Like there's a character that he's honeymooning with his wife on the island, and they get put in like the wrong room. Like he's rich and his like parents were paying for their honeymoon suite, and they get put in the wrong room, and like he keeps like annoying like the like hotel manager about the room, and it's just like some of the like I get like squeamish, like I just like feel sick when he's talking to him, because he's like well no, like the reservation, like I can call my mom, like it's like it just keeps going, and I'm like that kind of interaction, like because I'm the type of person like if I was in that scenario I maybe would have asked once, you know what I mean? Like, is this the right? And then I would have just like left it alone. Like, it just keeps like, and it's like every episode he brings, like, he sees the manager, he's like, oh, I have the receipts here. Actually, can we talk about like, and it just keeps going. And I'm like, it makes me want to gouge my eyes out. Like, I'm like, I can't. Like, and I know it's like, it's intentional because you're supposed to hate this character, but like, ugh. Yeah.
I do want to check that out. Because Steve Zahn is in the first season, isn't he?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. He's on. Yeah. Okay. He's great. His character's funny. Like,
Steve Zahn's really funny. Just makes you think of that thing you do.
I think of Sahara.
Yeah, I always think of Sahara. I love Sahara. That movie's so good. That movie is so good.
I've never seen Sahara.
Isn't that our fan? Yeah, he's really funny.
What I watched the Manti Te'o documentary. Colby and I talked about it a little bit on Discord.
I want to watch that.
That was really interesting. It's just 2 episodes long. I mean, you can watch it in one sitting.
Did it make you empathize with him more, or
it did? Yeah.
Just like
he's not. Never mind. I don't want.
No. He's not in the league anymore, is he? He's out.
No,
right?
no. Yeah, he hasn't been in for a couple of years. But yeah, I mean, you should watch it. It's interesting and kind of shows a different perspective that maybe you wouldn't have considered.
Yeah, I remember that being a weird deal when that happened, and I don't know much about it outside that, so. I'll have to watch it. 2 episodes. That's an easy watch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another. I also started Ancient Apocalypses, whatever that, like, I think it's a kind of controversial documentary series.
Ancient Apocalypse.
Graham Hancock. He's kind of like a journalist that, like, it's like his basic point, like he's trying to make a point that he thinks that there were not like hyper advanced civilizations, but there was like before would be like in the natural, like what geologists think like happened, or like history happened, like where like, you know, slowly advanced from like the cavemen to like people like built the pyramids and stuff, that there was maybe like a civilization before that got mostly wiped out, like from a flood, like after the Ice Age. Mm-hmm. And it's him going around the world and like seeing all these things, but like, look, this like these structures existed and they're like dated like thousands of years before like supposedly people had this technology to build this kind of stuff or like to communicate this way. It's kind of interesting. I've only watched like an episode and a half, but it kind of delves into like a lot of people hate him because he's just trying to like explore this stuff, and like they're like, well, no, this goes against everything that we've already said we've proven.
Yeah. So where do you personally stand on thinking? Do you think he has a point, or do you think
so far from what he's? I've only, like I said, I only watched an episode
program.
and a half. Program. The evidence so far he's presented, like, and he's not like the way he came off, at least in like the first episode and a half that I've watched, is not like I'm right, they're wrong. He's like, I just don't get why we're not like exploring this more, like, because like they found like structures, like they found like pyramids that are older, and there's like even older structures below them with like rooms that they've like, you know, sewn, whatever the I don't know the term, when like they can like like they hit the ground, you can see where there's like structures and stuff underground. Mm-hmm. Like they're unexplored like buildings and stuff down there that like haven't been accessed, and like nobody's interested in going down and looking at them. And he's like, well, these are clearly older stuff than we've ever seen, and we're not exploring them. He's like, I don't get why we're not looking into this to see if we're maybe wrong about our.
Was this like so in Mesopotamia or something, or like?
He's been in like, so far he's gone to a lot of stuff. Like he went to, where was it? It was somewhere in like Latin America, I think, or then Indonesia was one place. And his like mostly like thing is like saying that like before the Ice Age, or before the Ice Age melted down, like there was way more land, like coastlines were way further out than they were before. So like a lot of these cities are now underwater. I think it's going to lead into like Atlantis, like not like mermaid people or whatever, but like some advanced coastal city that was wiped out by a flood. I don't know. What? No, like I'm not saying like
I want mermaid people.
You are like, I think it's so far what I've watched has been interesting, and I'm probably going to watch more of it.
So is it taking so it's not built to like certain controversial documentaries I feel like are built for conspiracy rather than
it does not. I don't get that vibe from it.
Okay.
It gets more like an exploratory, like, because the guy's not like he's just a journalist.
Yeah,
like,
he's not a conspiracy nut, right?
No, and he doesn't.
Like
At least from what I've seen, like, no, he's not making claims about that. From what I've understood, his main like, I think he's building towards being like, he's building towards saying that like he thinks there was an advanced, and by advanced like up to where like the Egyptians were or something, like thousands of years beforehand, that were wiped out by some kind of catastrophe. And then like a few of them survived and maybe made it to other parts of the world and like shared their knowledge.
Well, I mean, Wikipedia says he's a nut, so I guess he's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, so I think he is controversial. So I don't know much about him. I've just watched the couple episodes. So he doesn't give off like insane vibes from what I've seen, though. You know, when you hear certain people talk, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I've only watched a couple episodes. So, yeah, but they're just short. They're only like 30 minutes a piece, and there's like only like 6 episodes, I think, maybe 8. So I've been like watching it if I'm like on the elliptical machine. It's like you don't have to pay like a ton of attention.
Yeah.
So Dave can watch it and tell me I'm stupid for watching it. So
no, I mean this just sounds like one of those like History Channel shows that like was like picked up by Netflix. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Which those are interesting to watch sometimes, just because like they're entertaining and everything.
Yeah, like I don't know how much I'm going to believe of it, but
I want like
it doesn't seem
next week Landon comes back, finishes the series, and he's like a convert.
Aliens. Yeah, I'm like aliens.
He's wearing a tinfoil hat on there.
Yeah,
like, hey,
aliens.
Like, what's up?
Yeah. There were mer people.
I can't believe you guys aren't. Open your eyes. Just open your eyes. The evidence is literally in front of us. Yeah, I'm going in next week to have my COVID vaccine extracted from me.
The chip's got to come out. The chip's got to come out.
I did watch 2 movies this week. I watched Invictus and I watched White Noise.
White Noise? How was... I don't care about Invictus, but how was White Noise?
Well, you don't care about Invictus?
I just... That's an older movie. Like,
what do you mean that's an older movie?
Invictus came out a while ago.
So?
I'm more intrigued by White Noise because it's a new film.
Have you seen Invictus?
No. Is it a good movie?
So you only care about new things? Is that what? Like,
yep, I only care. Like, if I can't finish something before it's old, I don't want to watch it. Let's like God of War. Old game. Don't care.
Invictus was good. I was really tired though, so I fell asleep like at the very end.
Oh
but
no!
I don't think that was the movie's fault. It was just I was really tired that day. So
Oh,
So it was your fault.
sleepy.
Yes.
You were sleepy, just like the bobcat.
yes, just like the bobcat.
Maybe the bobcat had just moved all its stuff into its new home too, and it was very tired.
Maybe Dave is the bobcat.
Is White Noise the film that came out this year, Dave?
Yes, yeah, with Adam Driver.
With Adam Driver. Okay.
How was it?
It was kind of weird. It was like it's I think it's supposed to be funny. But
Isn't
it's
it like
also
a Cold War era? Like,
yeah, kind of. It deals a lot with like death and like
my favorite subject.
and like the fear of death, I guess.
Oh, my second favorite.
So, yeah, it's I would say check it out. It's on Netflix. Adam Driver plays like this weird like professor guy, and it's hard to like. He's such like a weird looking dude that like,
Dude,
What are you saying?
you being kind of mean to him, man. Like,
no, but he plays like a much older guy than he is in this movie, and so it's just kind of funny to see him as like an old guy. Like I just kept seeing Adam Driver pretending to be an old man. Like,
Yeah. Is his acting better in this movie or The Last Jedi?
dude, come on. Man.
Probably Harry Potter.
yeah, he played one of the dragons in the fourth Harry Potter movie. Like
He was a
little known fact.
Hufflepuff.
No, but it was interesting. There's this like essentially like not natural. This human caused disaster kind of close to the beginning of the movie, and so a lot of the movie is like this town dealing with this disaster and repercussions from that. He's like a professor at this university in Ohio, and his specialty is Hitler.
Wait, really?
Yes, Don Cheadle's in it as well, and then some
I like
other
Don Cheadle.
supporting people. So
Cool.
I do think it's I think Landon would enjoy the movie. I'm not sure as much about Michael and Will, but you guys can check it out too if
They don't like death. And
No, I mean, you said I wouldn't like it, so
back to Harry Potter.
to Harry Potter I go.
watch Harry Potter for a 17th time.
People want Adam
think
Driver to
17's
play
kinda
a,
low.
play a Snape in like a reboot.
Dude,
Can we?
can we just not reboot like things? Can we just stop? Can we just stop?
I think some things just need to rest for a while. You know, some things just need to take a nap. One of those,
Like a
Harry
bobcat.
Potter. Yeah, exactly.
Like, are people clamoring for like Lord of the Rings to be remade?
Yeah, no.
So why do we?
I'm sure there's always people.
I mean, there's
that are
always
like,
some people, yeah,
we should-
that are like, oh, Lord of the Rings.
I think if they did do a Harry Potter thing, I think doing movies again would just be like kind of dumb. Like they should do like
A TV show?
like a mini series or something, or not a mini series.
But
Instead of 8
the
movies, we're going to do 6 episodes.
But Michael, the Fantastic Beasts franchise has to go on.
I think those are done from the sounds of it.
But didn't the third one end on like a cliffhanger?
So
It also didn't make a ton of money.
you realize how many movies end on cliffhangers that never get like a sequel or a conclusion? A lot.
I mean, they literally canceled DC's Legend of Tomorrow after like 7 seasons on the CW with a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
So
Injustice.
think about all the fans that were,
Gods
you know.
Among Us.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. I'm like, wait a minute.
What else you guys want to talk about?
I watched one other thing. This was a
really?
Netflix show. It was a 10-part miniseries. Every episode was like 10 minutes long though. It's called Gudetama.
What'd you call me?
It follows this little egg.
What?
Who's
Dude. Dude.
And that's our show for now.
I guess it's a Sanrio
Okay,
character.
A what?
Sanrio character, like like Karopi and Hello Kitty and stuff, like that company.
Except this was MA.
I'm gonna
GBMA.
I'm gonna have to just look this up on IMDb because like I'm just not able to really picture like what's going on.
Gudetama is a cartoon character from 2013 produced by the Japanese company Sanrio. The character is an anthropomorphized egg yolk whose main traits are laziness and sadness.
How do you spell this? How do you spell it?
Gudetama.
An excellent adventure.
It's actually kind of funny. Like it's really cheesy and it's like clearly meant for children. But it was like one night, Brie and I like we were working on stuff, and so we just had it on in the background.
This is a mixture of live action and
Yes,
oh my god.
It's really short though, because I mean it's 10 episodes and each episode is 10 minutes. So we were just gonna watch one, but we just watched the whole thing in one sitting. It's kind of funny, but it's Japanese. But there's an English dub too.
I want to go see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That's what I want to see.
Actually, I do really want to see that movie because I've heard it's actually
the animation looks really cool.
I've heard it's really good.
I've heard, the animation is great, and I heard the story's amazing.
I've heard it's the Logan of the
Shrek
universe. Shrek Cinematic Universe.
So that means
That was literally an IGN review. They said it was the Logan.
it'll make you feel like puss.
I'm sorry. I'm not mature enough to handle that comment.
Well then, we'll be back next week to everyone can give their reviews of the new Puss in Boots movie.
I have to watch the first one, and I have to watch Shrek and Shrek 2 and Shrek 3 and Shrek 4.
It's Shrek the Third.
And it's Shrek Forever.
And Shrek Forever After.
And you have to watch the Christmas specials of whatever.
And the play version of it.
Oh my god! Talk about stuff of nightmares. That stuff is like an abomination to the eyes. Horrible to look at.
And then you have to watch Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, to really understand.
No, I forgot about that. Oh my god!
How did you forget about that?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing
my mind.
you never. I don't know how you.
It's seared into your mind.
That's basically. Like from like the darkest.
Every time I
YouTube.
Every time I close my eyes, I see it.
See what specifically?
Okay, on the count of 3, who showed you that video? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ben.
There's the one line I can't say it. Like my dad comes in and calls me. I want to rewatch the video now.
Terrible.
Well,
I think that's the episode for the week.
Oh boy.
Dave will start posting the episodes again since he's in a stable environment now.
Yes.
Yep. He's not dealing with his addiction anymore, so
yep.
He's in a good place.
Yeah, I'm out of inpatient, and I only have to do regular visits Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
And we're all really proud of you.
Thank you. Well, thank you for listening. We'll be back next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Sayonara.
TTFN. So in Hogwarts Legacy, when you choose the character...
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.